There's gonna be that stage, whether you enjoy living alone, whether you enjoy your company, whether you're introverted, yada yada yada, you're going to go through that phase where living alone becomes a task, where living alone becomes boring. And when you're in that phase, there are some certain things that you need to do to be able to get yourself out of that phase and to be able to be productive in that phase and to go on about life in that phase and do it properly. Hi my loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. And how are you loves doing today? Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing okay. Let me know in the comment section. And how are you feeling my new hairdo? Okay? As you guys can tell from the title, we're onto our living alone series. So if you're new here, I make content on living alone, how to live alone better, steps to living alone, anything and everything about living alone you're going to find in this channel. So I have a couple of videos where I've spoken about living alone, how to move out, how to gain independence, yada yada yada. I will leave them up in the description so that you guys can check it out. Okay, now in this particular episode we're going to be talking about what to do when living alone gets tiring, when living alone gets boring, when living alone becomes a chore, a difficult task. And you know, there's gonna be that stage, whether you enjoy living alone, whether you enjoy your company, whether you're introverted, yada yada yada, you're going to go through that phase where living alone becomes a task, where living alone becomes boring. And when you're in that phase, there are some certain things that you need to do to be able to get yourself out of that phase and to be able to be productive in that phase and to go on about life in that phase and do it properly. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video: coping mechanisms to living alone when it becomes boring, when it becomes tiring. Fun fact, the reason why I want to talk about this is because I'm currently going through it right now. I'm currently struggling through it, you guys. Today is Friday. If you ask me now, how did Monday to Thursday go, I'll tell you I don't know. I'm just winging it. Like, waking up just feels like chore. There is a lot of tasks for me to do. Even just sweeping my house, tidying up my room, everything just feels like a chore. Everything just feels very tasking. Everything feels boring. I don't know how to put it. It just feels like, you know, life is going on, and if I don't move on with that life, I'm going to be left behind. Like, I'm going to be stuck in my thoughts, and I just have to do things and push myself through and stay productive. So there's still so many things that needs to go on even if I'm not in the mood, you understand? And I've been able to achieve a lot of things regardless of my states, regardless of the states in which I feel. And I want to share those methods, those coping mechanisms with you guys, since it's something that I honestly went through this week. I hope this information is useful to you if you are watching this video. The first thing I'm going to say, and the first advice I'm going to give anyone who is currently struggling with living alone and it's getting boring, it's getting tiring, you feel like you're going crazy, you want the company of someone but you don't want to entertain that person for so long, then this is for you. Okay, this number one is for you, which is, I would recommend getting a pet, whichever pet you like, be it dog, be it cat, be it fish, be it tortoise, whatever pets, whatever animal that you want to use as companion. I would recommend you getting one. My life before I had a dog and my life now is completely different. I feel like my quality of life is actually better knowing that, like, I have a companion, which is my dog. Okay, I have a dog. I have a small Lhasa, and she's literally the most calmest dog ever. She's too calm, you guys, too calm that someone literally kidnapped her because this girl is too friendly. And in other ways, how this helps me is when I get bored, when I get, you know, bored out of my mind, exhausted out of my head, and I'm looking around the house. The house is not empty. The house is not looking like a graveyard. Like, I can call on my dog right now and she's just gonna come to me. I can pet her, I can play with her, I can use her to pass time, you know? Whenever I'm feeling bored and I wanna just have that communication, because dogs can hear, okay? Dogs can listen, animals can listen, animals hear you, okay? They are intelligent to an extent. Don't feel like they are dumb. And um it just gives you this companionship, and a different kind of companionship. Now, you have someone who's gonna help you in the house, but that person is not like a task or someone that you be like, oh my god, I need my space. I want to have the house to myself. You can still have the house to yourself if you have a dog, if you have a pet. You have someone you can shout at, you have someone you can, you know, get playful with. Just looking over your shoulder and saying that you have a pet would make everything 50% better. Trust me. Let me call her for you. Mama. So this is her. She's always on this channel, but she is a wonderful companion, and I would recommend anyone who is living alone, who is tired and who feels like everything is tiring, you feel bored, you want to have a friend, but you don't want that full commitment of having to live with someone, then you should consider getting a pet. So now the next coping mechanism that I'll give you is build a relationship or a friendship. So when I say relationship, I mean friendship, connection, yada yada yada, whatever you want to call it. Build a friendship slash relationship with someone who lives within your vicinity. This is a very crucial one, like very, very crucial, okay? Have a friend or have someone, just anyone. It can be an acquaintance, it can be someone that you talk to once in a blue moon, whatever. Just have someone that stays within your environment, within your vicinity, that you can visit or the person can come visit. Let's say all your friends are miles and miles away from you. What happens when you just hit that how will I put it? What happens when you hit that phase where you desperately need someone to talk to? You desperately need the companionship of someone, or you desperately need to just go and vibe with someone and be back home. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna call your friend that's staying miles and miles away from you to come over? No. You know when you just wake up and it's like, damn, I don't even fucking know what to do. I don't even know how to even go about today. Or you wake up and your head is just like, today is cancelled. I don't want to function today. You just need to take a quick breath out of the house. What are you gonna do? If you have a friend now that's close to you, you can just pop out and go to that person's house. I mean, it helps me. I just call my girlfriends and like, yo, what are you doing today now? She's like, oh, nothing. She said, come over, let's chill. You know, I can quickly pop out and pop into her house ASAP because she's very close to me. I can go in for a quick session, eat, gist, laugh, and then just that serotonin of vibing to another person's presence, another person's house, in the comfort that, oh, I'm not far from home. It just makes things better. And then when you are back from that visit, you feel different. You've to rub that person energy onto yourself. If you don't have any friend within your area, within your axis, I recommend you making friends. Even if you are introverted, if you don't like to make friends, try. Because trust me, there'll be some days that you need that quick get out from your house, and you just want to just exit your house and go into someone's house, but you don't want that commitment of going far away, especially if your friends are not living within you. So another coping mechanism is having a routine that's gonna keep you busy. In this my living alone series, I know you guys must have heard me talking about a routine very frequently. Routine is very, very important. Having a routine, having a morning routine, having an afternoon or an evening routine, just setting routines in general, it's very, very good. It gives you better quality of life if you are living alone, because you are organized, you are guided, and you are going to remain focused. So even when your brain doesn't want to brain, there are some set down default mode that your brain has already registered. Like, regardless of how I feel, I might not want to sweep that exact time I wake up, but I have made it a routine that every morning I get to tidy up my house. So before I do anything, even before I bathe again, if I shower, my body just registers that, okay, even though things are not, even though your brain is not focused this morning, you have to tidy up before you do anything. So it's now unconsciously registered into my head that I get to do it. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, you guys. Let me know in the comment section. What I'm trying to say basically is, when you have a routine, you just know what to follow. You know the principles to your daily life. Like, when you wake up, what is your routine like? Is your routine wake up, press phone for hours, and then eat, and then stay jobless? Or is your routine wake up, tidy house, pray, do some few work, make some few calls, do yada yada yada, then nap in the afternoon? What is your routine like? If you work from home and you live at home, you should have a routine. So set a routine that works for you. Set a routine that's going to keep you productive and that's going to keep you guided throughout your day. And this is very important. Look here, this is very, very important, especially if you are living alone and you are working from home. Now, if you are living alone and you have to go to work, you are on a different zone than someone who lives alone and have to work from home. That requires a lot of guidance, a lot of principles, and a good working routine. Another coping mechanism is attending to your hobbies. Before you start attending to your hobbies, you have to know what your hobbies are. A lot of people don't even know what their hobbies are. A lot of people don't know those things that when they do, they are able to elevate their states from low vibration to high vibration. There are things that when they do, they are able to drag themselves out of a very dark place. Knowing your body and knowing your system well would help you know, okay, when I'm feeling down, when I do this, when I do that, I smile, I get happy, I am able to push through. So attend to your hobbies. My hobby, for example, is swimming, reading, dragging a good joint. Dragging a good joint. If you know, you know. Once I'm able to do these things, especially swimming, oh my god, you guys, swimming is therapy for me, because that is one state where I have to be in control, but at the same time not be in control, whereby I allow my body do its thing. I don't know if that makes sense. If you're a good swimmer, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you want to float. Reading, also, I love reading. I just finished doing a book tour for you guys. I know you guys have seen that video by now. If you have not seen that video, check it out. I love reading books, get myself 1 or 2 new books. That way, I'm keeping my mind preoccupied. I'm keeping my head preoccupied. I'm not letting my head just wander. This helps me to keep going, especially on that day where you guys know that our electricity in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. Okay? So that period where it's total darkness and there is no lights, and I just want to do something without pressing my phone, I can read a book and, still catch the trips of playing fantasies. For the last one, the last coping mechanism which I'm gonna be dropping here is journaling. Journal, writing. Get a book, you guys. Write down things. Write. Journaling has been a way to help me out, especially when everywhere is, total crickets and silence in the house. I'm able to think, I'm able to organize my thoughts, and I'm able to write them down. I'm able to attend to my emotions. I'm able to understand what I'm feeling. I'm able to know the way out. I'm able to see my vision clearly on how I want to go about my day, or how I want my days to go. So that journaling just helps you live a better quality of life. So those are the coping mechanisms. Like I said, the first one is to get a pet. The second one is having a friend who lives within your vicinity, who lives within your area. The other one is having a routine that works for you and being guided in your routine. Then we also spoke about attending to your hobbies and journaling. So before I go, I'll be leaving you with a piece of advice which I want you to take seriously. Life has different phases. Take each day as it comes, okay? Even if it's for you to set 1 or 2 tasks a day for you to accomplish it, just do it. Even if the entire day, the only thing you can achieve is cooking and tidying up your house and responding to client emails, that's good. Then you wake up and your body's like, that doesn't mean that you should get discouraged. That just means that, okay, do the least you can do the few that you can do, because at the end of the day, that 1 task, that 2 tasks that your body can do will go a long way than you not doing anything and using that as an excuse not to get anything done. Before I leave, I will say one thing that Kanye West's mother said: even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. Skirt! Mike out.